Okay, our first step is to remove the tone control knobs using a small flat blade screwdriver. And you just gently pry them straight out and they'll come right off the shaft of the control, and you can set those aside. Let's go ahead and flip the cabinet over to access the two Phillips screws on the bottom. Some models do not have these two screws, so if yours do not, don't worry about it, just skip this step. But if they do, go ahead and remove them. And now we'll go ahead and flip the cabinet back over, and now we need to rotate a small locking tab that is between the plastic housing and the wood cabinet. And so what you're going to do is, using your small flat blade screwdriver again, I'm going to rotate that tab till it's sticking out like you can see here. This is another view, different angle, showing the same thing, where I'm pulling out that tab and rotating it till it's sticking out. Our next step is a little trickier. We're going to overhang the cabinet on the side of a table, and that's going to let us access these two more locking tabs in here. These are the most difficult to get released, and again I'm using the small flat blade screwdriver, and I'm going to hit the plastic housing with the palm of my hand while I release these two locking tabs. Some of them give up easier than others. Some of them can be kind of difficult, like this one is. So this is actually a pretty good example of what you could expect. Now once it slides down, the housing will come off its releases and will just slide right off. And here you can see the two plastic tabs that we're talking about. I'm going to do it again here at a little closer angle and show you how to pry these little tabs and therefore release the cabinet. And there you go. Okay, now that the case is off, we're going to go ahead and stand it up on its end. I use my power screwdriver, but any Phillips screwdriver will work fine. There's going to be also one connector that we need to disconnect, and you can see it here. It has a little locking tab that I pushed on with my finger, and that'll release that little connector that goes to the speakers in the subwoofer cabinet. Now we're going to have to remove the black Phillips screws. There's 4 of them on each side, and go ahead and remove those 4 black-headed screws. There's also 2 silver-headed screws, and we're going to leave those there. So we're just going to remove the 4 Phillips screws on that side, and we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Again, removing just the black ones, leaving the 2 silver ones in place. Now that we've removed the 8 screws, we're going to take our small flat blade screwdriver again, and we're going to pry the cabinet away, the plastic portion away from the wood cabinet, as you can see here. Sometimes this can be a little tricky, and it can stick a little bit. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull the wire out through the little slot in the housing, and there you go. The module assembly will separate from the cabinet, and that's it. This is the part you need to send in. Put all your screws in a bag and save them for later.